G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So just quickly, let's have a look at this hyperlapse I made of me painting the foot tank. Alright, so I did three coats total. Like if you look here, you can just see through it, but that's with like light above it. So when it's actually on the stand, I find you can't see through 3 coats. And this is proven in my fish room. Everything I do in 3 coats. It came up pretty nice. I know a couple of you might be annoyed the fact that I painted it this colour, but colour's always going to be controversial among people. I don't know if you see in the hyperlapse there, there was a load of people congregating around my bench. It's because I've got like an industrial fan right here. So like apparently my bench is the local hangout at lunchtime to sit under the fan. Today's just under 40 degrees, so it's been ridiculous. I actually was worried about the paint. I don't know if you can see it in the video, it was kind of cracking, it was drying that fast. Probably should have like waited until tomorrow to paint it, but it's done now. The hardest part is going to be transporting it without damaging the paint, because the paint that I've used will actually scratch off really easily. I didn't use like a glass primer or anything. I always just go the cheap way about it, and it's all about being smart when you're moving it, trying not to damage it. And like I put my tanks in place and they never move again, so cheap paint does me quite fine. Alright guys, so we're home. I don't even remember where I left the video. I was a bit delusional, it was that bloody hot, but I don't know what happened with the weather. You guys see? It's dropped like at least, I'd say it's dropped 15 degrees and it's overcast. Now it's not even late yet, it's only like just after 4 o'clock. What the hell happened? No wonder it was so uncomfortable. It was like 37 degrees and muggy. Anyway, so I think I'm going to start cutting the legs off this shitty stand. And yeah, we're going to use the shitty stand. Like a couple of you guys said, and I already knew it in the back of my head, realistically, the frame's going to be sitting on top of the IBC, so the IBC is going to be taking the weight, not those welds. Those welds will be holding like the center of the base up, the base of the fish tank. So I'm thinking what I might do is each rail I might grind out one side and just weld one side better, not both sides. I think that'll be enough. But first off, let's feed the koi. So when was the last time I fed the koi on the camera? I don't even know if I ever have. Also, I've got no idea how much to feed koi. So if you know, drop a comment below. I've got 30 koi with an average size. I'm saying average. I would say 30 centimeters. Because we've got 20 centimeters. I'd say the smallest one's probably 17 centimeters, that little one there. And the biggest one is 50 centimeters, I think, which is that big ugly thing there. It's not ugly, it's pretty. And this one here is pretty big. He's the king of he's like the character of the pond. Anyway, I feed them 2/3 of a cup each day. So there's 1/3. There's 2/3. Look at it, they go nuts. I meant to be getting some Polaroid filters for my camera too, so you guys can see in the water better. But this koi is nuts. I don't know why I'm showing you guys the feeding of the koi. It has absolutely nothing to do with the theme of today's video. Anyway, let's go in the shed. So just before I was inside and I was editing yesterday's video, and you'll see a bit there where I write, "Oh my god, I sound like I'm drunk." So if I'm slurring my words, guys, this week, that's how much the heat is destroying me. I don't do well in hot weather at all. Yeah, I just can't do it. I keep like checking the weather and it'll say like 34 degrees and I'm like, no, you're joking, right? I feel like it's like 45. I just struggle. My dad's the same. I reckon I got it from him. Thanks, Dad. He gets heat stroke every other day of the week during summer. Yeah. What were we doing? I'll open the shed. I need to find a grinder. So, I'm guessing the legs shouldn't be too hard to cut off because the welds are so shitty. And I don't know how smooth I need to cut it off either. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the legs off. I'm going to put it up on top of the IBCs. And if any of these legs like land on the bracing of the IBC, it's going to need to be cut more flush. But I don't have my tripod. It's in the car. Car is so far away. It's on the other side of that building there. I can't be bothered traveling there. So I'm just going to grind one-handed for a bit. Seems like the safest thing to do, you know. For the shits and giggles, I might grind 3 sides and we'll see if it will just snap off with the shitty welding. What do you guys reckon? Oh, did you? You probably can't really see. I don't know if you guys could really see that. I like went to grind it and then one of the welds fell off. Oh, maybe it's a bit stronger than it looks. Oh, it didn't actually break the weld. It broke the metal, but you can see there. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It hasn't penetrated through that metal. Really, that should be like molten back there. So a couple of you guys were wondering if I can weld better than that. I've actually got an example for you. If I get my phone out, I might need a torch. So my shed is pretty much the same gauge metal as that. We don't want the camera, we want the torch. So this is one of my welds. This is with my hobby MIG. My little one. It's hard to get the light on there. So I know it's not amazing, but to me, so that's like on like where you can see the bottom of that weld up there too. Oh, you can't see it on the camera. So to me, that weld has penetrated the metal beautifully. But it's not beautiful. It's not like a great looking weld, which is what I'm going to end up doing on this one. That one doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it was done by one person. It looks like it was done by multiple people. Anyway, I'm going to cut these legs off. We're not going to do a hyperlapse because I can't be bothered getting the tripod out. I'm just going to get stuck into it and I'll cut 3 sides and snap them like that, I reckon. Alright, I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Alright guys, check this one out. I tried not to move it before filming. So that's the welding there. It literally, well, it literally fell off. And like, this one didn't really snap off. Like when I bent it back, that just came off. Oh, that side, sorry. If you look, oh no, wrong one again. That one there. I'm actually having fun looking at how shit these welds are. Right guys, we got the legs off. It didn't take very long. I was cutting bits and then just snapping some bits. I didn't even use a whole disc. Now I've got to work out our size. Don't judge my shitty tape measure. My fat max is at work. So 2140. We need 2440. So let's just add 300. 1, 2, 300. 2440. And 2440. Alright, so my camera automatically stopped recording there. I'm not really sure why. Sometimes I think some things I say, like activate the voice command somehow. Like it, if I say stop recording, it will actually stop. But I didn't say that then, so I don't know. And it's not even the same size end to end. So there's 4mm difference from side to side. I guess that's the cabinet maker in me getting annoyed, because 4mm ain't all that much, is it? Do you reckon it's square? If I'm going by the welds, I'm saying it's not square. 2222. Fair enough. Interesting number. No, it's not that far up. 2218. So it's 4mm out of square. That's not bad, considering that's 4mm out that way. It's not that much out of square because that's smaller than that. So it's actually probably square. It's just that rail there is shorter by 4mm. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now I need to cut some pieces out of that stuff there. Alright, so the IBC side to side is 2410. So that means that this is going to work perfectly. Our end rails are going to be half and half on that rail. So that means that like the tank will be sitting over these uprights just there and there. Did I cut it upright out of this? No, there just is none there. I only cut it upright out of there, which is not where our tank's going to be sitting. So anyway, my plan now, I'm just moving some shit out of the way. I'm going to sit the frame on and we'll work out whether anything's going to hit these. Alright, so I grinded that and that down because I know that the rail is going to sit there. I think I need to grind that one down. I don't have a grinding disc, but I've only got cutting discs, so that was very difficult. Anyway, let's put it in. Alright, so it's up. So I am going to have to grind more out of that one that I started grinding and grind that one. But the others don't hit because this IBC is set back a bit further. That was just to create more of a walkway here. So I'm actually I'm thinking about changing my mind, guys. I might put it the other way around and have, so like this, the solid piece is on this side because that back edge along there is free hanging because it's not sitting on that rail of the IBC. This side sits on the rail, so that 300 extension, if I put it at this end, that means that just there is going to have support under it. But that's no biggie, it doesn't really matter what end I put it at. But I think that's my plan, guys. Alright, I gotta get my cutter out and we'll start cutting that metal up. Alright guys, I have no idea if that was exactly 45. I don't have a square here, it's in my tool bag at work, which I was contemplating bringing my tools home and I didn't. But I'm pretty sure that's 45. I couldn't even actually undo that, I just had to like knock it with a hammer to 45. People that have got fish rooms, you'll know fish life. Everything gets water on it at some stage and all your tools end up trashed. Maybe it's only me because I'm an idiot, but who knows. Alright, so because we don't know if that's exactly 45, we're going to work off our semi-square frame and see how far it runs out. Now, in saying this, it doesn't really matter if it runs out because we can fill it with welds, because at the end of the day it's still going to be neater than those welds there. But let's have a look, see. That's no good, guys. Damn it. How am I meant to weld that? Alright, so I'm going to try and knock this a bit more. It wouldn't go any further than where it is now, but I did think it was a couple of degrees off, but I didn't think it was that much off. Alright, so I couldn't knock that over any further, so I'm cheating. I've put this piece of scrap metal in here as a packer and actually packed that out past the angle of the fence. Dodgy stuff, but this is all just like cabinet making skills I have, and they transfer across to metal pretty well. The only problem is that obviously I know how a wooden drop saw grabs and the dangers to it, whereas metal, maybe I might be a bit overconfident because I haven't used a metal drop saw for angles a great deal. Actually, I don't even know if I've used one at all for angles. Alright, so put that there. That's straight on there. That's way better. Obviously, because this one's got a different angle to this one. We've got like a 3 or 4 mil overcorrect, like that, so that length there is longer. If you understand angles, you know what I mean, but that's enough to throw a weld in. I'd rather that side open and we can fill it than this side open. This side would be harder to work with, I think, because more chance of like melting it and shit trying to fill a hole. So now we've got to cut this to length. How are we going to do that? We kind of need to get this frame off here. That's alright, we'll just leave it there for now. What's the harm in that? Maybe we should just use a tape measure. That's a handy tool to have. 608. So we'll go between 608 and 610. I'm not going to go too crazy trying to get this within millimeters. We're polishing a turd here. We don't need to be breaking records for the most well put together stand. Alright, I need to put the camera down. To be honest, it feels a lot safer than a wooden drop saw, but I don't know, that might be false sense of security there. Let's see if this thing's the right size. It leaves crazy burrs on it. If it's within 3 mil, I'm leaving it because it's not. It's 619. Damn it! All right, we're recutting it. All right, so we recut it. It's now 609. Right where we want it. Now we're gonna get this back to square, which is going to be really hard, considering I think that's it there. I can't really read that, but it's all flaked. I don't have a do I have a square? I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to look through my tools. Alright, so I couldn't find a square, guys, but this is the next best thing. It's a mirror. Chances are... Oh, yeah. That's... maybe a little tap. I'm pretty sure this would be a square. It's like a factory thing. If we check it there, check it on all 4 sides. Yeah, that lines up with every side. So we should be square. Now I can cut. We've got 2 cuts left. We might just cut 2 at once. Why not? Last cut. So, hot tip, guys, if you're cutting 2 miters, put them back to back, put them together and cut. Alright, maybe not cut 2 back to back. That was really putting the drops all through its paces. But who cares? It's Ryobi. Ryobi lasts forever. Said no one ever. No, actually, Ryobi's better than it gets credit for, I reckon. I'm a Milwaukee guy, but I do buy the odd Ryobi thing and it seems to go alright. No, that's not a paid advertisement. I know my channel's getting big, but we're not sponsored by Ryobi yet. Alright, so this video is getting real long, guys. I'm not going to weld it today. That can be another video. I know the suspense, right? Comparing my welds to these welds. Which ones are going to be better? Oh, I really shouldn't take the piss out of it too much because I'm going to weld it and it's not going to be as good. I need to go get a flap disc and I think I need more welding wire, but obviously I need a flap disc to clean it all up because we want to get this as clean as possible before we weld, because I need it to be the best surface I can have for welding, because my average welding skills need really good surface and then we might get an average weld. The welders on the page know what I'm on about. Alright, so that sits on there. That's perfect. By perfect, I mean okay. So we'll just tack all 4 points and then weld it up. I don't have any quick grips here. I might have a couple. I got a couple of F clamps, so we can clamp one of those old legs on there as a straight edge. I'll use one of them. I really feel like tacking it up today. But what do you guys reckon? Is this video already way too long? Nah, I'm not going to tack it up. I've had enough. I want to have a shower. It's been an extremely hot day. I've done too much. The fish are like, give me food, give me food. Oh, I still got one more bit of metal to cut. I don't know whether I should cut it today or not. So many decisions to be made. Oh. Nah, I'm done. I'm done, guys. Alright, I'm out guys. We're going to make this a quick outro because this video is carrying on way too long. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe more, subscribe more. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.